So in this video, we are going to learn how to create Salesforce leads from new MySQL database entry. Now suppose guys, from various sources, you are getting new lead details into your MySQL database and you want to add those new leads into your Salesforce CRM for nurturing them. So what if I tell you that adding leads from MySQL, data from MySQL to Salesforce can be automated? It is possible. So in this automation, whenever a new row will be added in a table in our MySQL database, automatically the same data with the same details, a new lead will be created in Salesforce. If you want to know how you can automate it, you just have to come with me to my screen.
So as you can see, here we are on Pabbly Connect's dashboard. Now to reach this dashboard, you will get a free sign-up link of Pabbly Connect in the description box below. By clicking on that link, you can create your free Pabbly Connect account in just 2 minutes. And after reaching to this dashboard, just click on Create Workflow and give this workflow a name. For example, I would like to name this workflow as MySQL to Salesforce. MySQL to Salesforce. And then just click on Create. Now you can see that a workflow is open over here. And in this workflow, we have 2 different windows. First one is the trigger window and second one is the action window. So triggers and actions are basically those 2 concepts, those 2 principles on which this whole automation works on, where the trigger says when this happens and the action says do this. So let's begin with our trigger window. Now the idea here is, first we have to connect our MySQL account, our MySQL database with Pabbly Connect in the trigger window, so that every time a new record, a new data is added in MySQL, automatically those details will also be captured inside Pabbly Connect over here in the trigger window, and this automation workflow will trigger. After that, using Pabbly Connect, we are going to send those details which we have received from MySQL to Salesforce, so that we can add that user whose details we have received in MySQL as a new lead in our Salesforce CRM. So let's see how it is done. Now here in Choose App, search for MySQL. Just select it. And then in Trigger Event from the drop-down, select the trigger event as New Row in a Table. Click on Connect and select Add New Connection. Now here guys, we have to connect our MySQL account, our MySQL database with Pabbly Connect. And to make this connection, we have to enter the details or credentials of our MySQL account. Credentials like database username, database password, the host of our MySQL account, the database, and the port. So if you have created your MySQL database, MySQL server, then you must have all of those details. You just have to enter these details over here and click on Save to make the connection. I have already made the connection, so I'm just going to select the existing connection which I have made and then just click on Save. After clicking on Save, we will see our MySQL account will get connected with Pabbly Connect. After making this connection, the first thing it asks us is the table name. So here guys, in my MySQL database, I have created 2 different tables over here. It is most likely possible that in your MySQL database, you might have created multiple tables. So you will see a list of all the tables over here. Right now, I have 2 tables and you can see the name of both the tables over here in this drop down. And from this drop down, we want to select the table from which the data of a new row we want to receive inside Pabbly Connect. So I have this table named as New Contact. And I want that whenever the data in a new row is added in this particular table, the same details, the same data from this table should be received inside Pabbly Connect. So from this drop down, you have to select that table over here. After selecting the table, the next thing it asks us is the unique column. So here in this drop down, you can see a list of all the columns which we have added in this particular table, like ID, first name, last name, email, mobile number, and company. And out of all of them, we have to select a column in which we are going to have a unique data. So we have this column named as ID, and every new row will have a new ID, a unique ID. So I'm going to select ID as a unique column over here. After this, when we will click on this Save and Send Test Request button, the details of the latest row, the most recent row which was added in this table, will be received inside Pabbly Connect. Right now, in this particular table, you can see that we have only 1 row of data where the first name is demo, last name is user, this is the email address, this is the mobile number, and the company is Pabbly, for example. So here, we will just click on this Save and Send Test Request button, and details of this last row, most recent row which was added, will be received inside Pabbly Connect. And yes, here you can see that in Pabbly Connect, we have received the data of the new row. Here you can see the same mobile number, same last name, same ID, same first name, same email address, and same company. This means the step 1 of setting up this automation is completed. We have successfully connected our MySQL account, our MySQL database with Pabbly Connect and received the details of a new row in our Pabbly Connect workflow. Now, whenever a new row of data will be added in our MySQL database in this particular table, automatically that data will be received inside Pabbly Connect. Here is an important note which says this MySQL trigger will check for updated row in every 1 hour. So guys, the connection between MySQL and Pabbly Connect is a polling based connection. And in this type of connection, Pabbly Connect will check for new data, for new row in a table every 1 hour. Every 1 hour, Pabbly Connect will check for new data in our MySQL table. And then if we have received any new rows, new data, it will get that data in our Pabbly Connect workflow. And this automation workflow is going to get triggered. So here guys, after setting up the first step, now let's move to step 2. And in step 2, we have to send the same details of a new user, of a new lead which we have received from MySQL to Salesforce so that we can add that person as a new lead over there. And for that, just scroll down, come to our action window, and here in Choose App, search for Salesforce. Just select it. After selecting Salesforce in action event from the drop-down, select the action event as Create Lead over here. Then just click on Connect and select Add New Connection. So here guys, we are going to connect our Salesforce account with Pabbly Connect. And to make this connection, we just have to click on this Connect with Salesforce button. Now here guys, in my browser, I have already logged into my Salesforce account. That is why Pabbly Connect has detected the same account and it is asking us for the authorization permission, for the access permission. Just click on Allow and we will see our Salesforce account will get connected with Pabbly Connect over here. Now, after connecting our Salesforce account, the first thing it asks us is the last name. That what will be the last name of the new lead which we want to create in Salesforce. So we have received the response of the last name from MySQL in our Pabbly Connect trigger window here in response. And from these responses, we have to map this response of last name from this trigger window to this action window over here in this last name field. And guys, the process of mapping is very simple. Simply click on this field and here in the drop down, you can see a list of all the responses which we have received from our trigger window from the previous step. And out of all of these responses, select this response of last name and map it over here. So whatever last name we are going to add in this last name column while adding a new row of data, the same last name will be added as the last name of the new lead in Salesforce as well. After last name, it is asking us for the first name. So just click here and from the drop down, map the first name as well. Then it is asking us for the title, that if you want to give any title to this lead, you can add that title as well. But the field of title is not mandatory, it's not required. So we can ignore this field for now as well. Then it is asking us for the company. So we have also received the response of company from MySQL. So just map that response over here. Map the response of phone number and also the email number from this dropdown. So in this way, all the details of a new lead which we are getting from MySQL, we can one by one map the same lead, same details over here in the respective field. After this, we have website, description, lead source, and all of these details which are not mandatory, which are not required. So here you can ignore these fields for now. But for the time being, just select the lead source from the drop down as web over here. And then status is open. So I want all the leads which I'm creating using this automation to be status as open, not contacted. And if you want, you can get the address details from MySQL and add those details, map those details over here like street, city, and country over here too. And after mapping all the details in their respective fields, just click on Save and Send Test Request. Now, after clicking on Save and Send Test Request, here you can see that we have received some response. And this response seems to be a positive response to us. This response shows that the data which we have mapped over here, this user's details has been added as a new lead. This user has been created as a new lead in our Salesforce CRM. So let's check it. We will go to Salesforce and we will just refresh this leads page once over here. And yes, guys, here you can see that just now a new lead is added in our Salesforce CRM. Here you can see the same name, demo user, same company, same lead source web which we have selected, same phone numbers, and the same email. This means the automation workflow which we have created is working perfectly fine. We have the same details. The same user whose data was added as a new row in MySQL is now added as a new lead in our Salesforce CRM. So here guys, you can see that this automation workflow which we have created using Pabbly Connect is working perfectly fine. And after setting up this automation, we just want to test this automation workflow once in real time as well. And for that, we're just going to add a new row of data in our MySQL database. So here guys, let's go to insert and let's add the details. For example, the name of the person is test user. This is the name. Let's add the email address as well. And then let's add a dummy mobile number over here. The company is, for example, Pabbly Connect. This is the name of the company. And let's click on go. And yes, here you can see that just now in this table, we have added a new row of data, a new user's details. And after adding these details, guys, we will see within 1 hour, the same details, the same user whose details we have added in a new row in this MySQL table will be created as a new lead in our Salesforce CRM. So let's wait for 1 hour over here. Okay, so we have successfully waited for an hour. Now let's check our Salesforce CRM. Let's go to Salesforce and refresh this leads page once. And yes guys, here you can see that in our Salesforce CRM, test user, the same user whose data we have added in our MySQL database as a new row in the table, the same user has been added as a new lead over here automatically in Salesforce. We have the same name, same company name, Pabbly Connect, same lead source, same mobile number which we have added in MySQL, and also the same email address. So here guys, we have tested this automation workflow in real time and it is working perfectly fine. And using this automation, you can add new rows in a table in your MySQL database automatically as a new lead in your Salesforce CRM. So not just these applications, you can connect plenty of other applications with Pabbly Connect. And one more important thing, you will find the clone link of this exact same workflow in the description box below. By clicking on that link, you can clone this exact same workflow into your own Pabbly Connect account and use this automation workflow for free. Also, let me tell you, Pabbly Connect offers you a free plan. And in this plan, you will get some free tasks every month into your own Pabbly Connect account. So if you want to try and test this automation, you can do it for absolutely free.
If you have any kind of doubts or queries, you can post them on forum.pabbly.com. So if this video was helpful to you, you can obviously like this video, comment down your suggestion, and don't forget to share it with others. So guys, that's it for today's video. Thank you. Have a great day.